Hi Pies fans, we are the two-man team from Lully Street, brought to you by United Petroleum. Rivers, 3 in a row. Fantastic win down at the Cattery. We're actually pretty handy down at the Cattery, aren't we?
Yeah, we haven't lost for a few years down there, Marcus. So it was a good, really good win. 4 quarters again. So it's boys are in some good form. So just got to keep that going.
Well, you responded well to the pressure I put on last week, dropping the F-bomb on Lully. Backed it up with a win. I guess the forward line's functioning really well. Give us a bit of a rundown on how Curbs, Chris Mayne and Jesse White this week, how they're functioning as a forward group.
Yeah, really good. I think over the last 3 weeks you've seen that connection a lot better between mids and forwards, and clearly on the weekend we had a good performance by those guys, like you said. Whitey kicked 2-4, probably could have easily kicked 4 or 5 goals. Maine's defensive stuff's been super for the last 3 weeks at a real AFL standard, and Curbs just keeps finding ways to kick goals. So off the back of some really good defensive stuff also.
Leading the VFL goal kicking at the moment, I believe. Is that right?
Well, I didn't know until Monday morning he came.
I'm sure he would have looked
in the office and said, you know what, I'm leading goal kicking. So, no, it's a great result. He's put in a lot of work, and it's great to see him get some reward for it.
And the result kind of even better given the fact we had a couple of, I guess, relatively serious injuries throughout the game. You only had 2 on the bench for the second half, but give us a bit of an update on Braden Sy and Ben Crocker's injuries.
Yeah, Croc just with his ankle tweaked it in a tackling contest, and so more precautionary with him. He may miss this week just in case, but it's pulled up pretty well. And Braden Sy just got his foot stepped on a little bit as well, so no massive injuries on that front. But it was good to get the result after having only two rotations on the bench.
Having a quick look at the Lully rankings, still super excited that they're back as part of this magnificent program. James Aish on top, 127 now. Coaching genius, James Aish playing as an inside mid. Give us a bit of a rundown on Aish's game, as well as Jared Blair, red hot form in the VFL.
Yeah, Aishi was great just to see him play probably inside mid, which I think is his best position. He played 4 quarters in there and did a really good job. So hopefully he can continue that form and put his hand up in the next few weeks at AFL level. And like you said, Blair has been super for us over the last month and keeps tipping in, and his work rate and his leadership really gives these boys a lift, and he's been first class.
Yeah, I've been told to kind of tone down my mentions of one Rupert Wills, but I can't help myself, so clearly he's knocking down the door like you wouldn't believe at VFL level.
Yeah, look, he's backed up 2 really strong performances again, so played a really good role again on the weekend. His contested ball work, his inside work has been fantastic for us, so, and his body's holding up, which is the best thing. So
fair to say he could be on the plane to the Gold Coast this week.
I'm not going to promise anything, Wags. I'm not going to promise anything. We'll have match committee over the next few days, and I'll definitely be putting his name forward.
Good man, Riv. Now, some of our first-year guys. We've spoken about Curbs, but Carl Brown, Josh Dacos, Maxi Lynch. How are they developing? Yeah,
really good. Brownie back from AFL. We had a taste at AFL level and played two really good games there. He came back and played his role again on the weekend in that 5th, 6th row up forward. So his ball use has been really good. His defensive side of his game is also improving. So he's going really well. Dakes as well has been playing more wing up the ground, and his decision making with ball in hand, you can clearly see he's got that ability to see the ball in the game really well, and using his foot skills inside 450 is really helping us with that forward connection. So he's been playing well also. And who's the other one you mentioned? Big Maxi Lynch, the big fella was back this week after injury and competed really well on the ruck, and you can see him improving week to week. Just got to probably work a bit more around the ground to get his hands on the ball. But he's a work in progress, and his attitude's been super. Well, our United Rewards Card Player of the Week, we've already touched on him. James Aish, inside mid. Probably the moment that typified, I guess, his class was that little Nana goal late in the game. Give us a run through of that little major he kicked late. Yeah, I don't know what he was actually trying to do with it, to be honest. But clearly, like you said, he's a really smart player, and somehow he kicked it on his right side of his foot and went in as a pretty fancy goal. So a really polished performer on the weekend, and he deserves that reward card. A huge game this week against Willie, the Chris Dixon Cup. Dicko's been telling us all week that geez, I've left Williamstown in a really good place. Geez, they're thriving on how I've left them. But we've done about 35 hours of oppo for Willie. He's got every player absolutely mapped out. He's already called in the big guns to come back and play VFL this week. Daniel Wells, a chance to play VFL this week. How are we going to tackle this game, and are we going to get Dicko the win? Well, I hope so, mate. Yeah, like you said, they're in really good form, and clearly they haven't missed Dicko because he's they're flying at the moment. So, but no, he's given us a 30-page document on their pros and cons at Williamstown Footy Club. So a lot of information we'll gather up over the next few days and take them head on. So they're the informed team in the competition, and I think we are as well over the last few weeks. So it's going to be a ripper match.
Well, given the AFL Pies are up on the Gold Coast on Saturday, why would you not get along to Vic Park, spiritual home? 3 in a row for the VFL Pies. Let's pack it out. Get behind Riv. I'm going to keep dropping the F-bomb because it's an absolute certainty now. But let's do a number on Willie, do the job for Chris Dixon, and yeah, Pies fans, get along, support the boys. They're doing a great job. Go VFL Pies.